Go ahead. Go ahead.
Welcome everybody to the Hnm Podcast. This is Hector,
And Marvin.
also known as Human Hector here.
Human Hector here. What's up, brother?
Ain't shit, just another week of experimenting in this world, trying to
Slay,
make a
man.
better life for myself and others.
Bro, I ain't even gonna lie to you. I'm coming in here with low energy. I'm tired, but fuck it. We're gonna do it.
It's all
Because
good.
that's what we do, man.
You know, we try to put out a show every Friday. And I thank all the people that watch the show. I know y'all getting home tired from work on a Friday, ready to enjoy your Saturday, if you don't work, of course. But we're tired too sometimes, But
Hell,
we gotta keep going, And me and Marv been doing this for a year now, which is kind of cool.
yeah, a little over a year.
Yeah.
It's awesome, man. Well, let's get into this motherfucker, dog.
Your
Super
little
Bowl is
bitch.
over. Valentine's is over.
Hey, we did miss last week.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
missed the Valentine's Day podcast, but it's all good,
It's all good.
cause we're not about that shit on
Well,
here.
Valentine's was just yesterday, so what you do?
What I do, I went out to dinner.
Now, okay. Before you explain your story, was there another female, another guy in your life?
Fuck you, it was a girl.
Of course.
Of course, man.
I don't know. These people coming out here and there all the time, It's just like it's a social norm now. It's becoming okay to do this.
Yeah, but
I'm just wondering.
don't like the way the dick tastes.
All right, just making
But
sure.
yeah, I went out to eat tacos up the street. That little taco spot right next to the draft house. Which are my
Oh.
favorite tacos ever, yo.
I've actually been wanting to go there for the longest, and it's so crazy because it's very near, but it's just one of those things that's so close but so far.
That's how the draft house used to be for us. Remember,
Yeah.
we used to never
and
go
even,
there.
and even then it is because even then we only go certain times.
Yeah, that's true,
I mean,
that's true.
this
Well-
this year we haven't been once or just once, right?
We've been twice now.
No, but this year.
Yeah, twice. Yeah, cause
No.
Bobby. We went to go see Bobby Lee. That was like my own birthday gift to myself. We went to go see Bobby, and then we went to go see Andrew Santino.
I swear they were like I felt like they were very far apart, and we are only.
Oh, you know what? You're right. You're right.
I think that was last year.
Last year, because January was Andrew.
That's what I'm saying.
Santino,
For
yeah.
your birthday was interesting.
Yeah. I'm sorry. My bad. That's my fault.
That's what I'm
yeah.
saying. We've only been there once, but at the same time,
This year.
it's so close.
2019.
It's
But yeah.
crazy. It's like the gym being very close, and somehow you can't make it.
Yeah. How about those New Year's resolutions that nobody's doing?
No, it's crazy. The people that actually make it, I hear people that are going to the gym and they have to travel at least 20, 25 minutes sometimes to get there. Maybe with traffic, without traffic, maybe 15 minutes, right? But they're getting fit, and you know why? Because they gotta actually drive out there. and
Yeah.
get it. But the people who have the gym either at their house or it's close, maybe 5, 10 minutes, they don't
Mhm.
go.
That's all-
I've noticed that. I've
Yeah.
noticed that.
I think you start the new year with motivation, but I think the thing that will get you to go to the gym is drive.
Yeah,
Because if you don't have that drive to
you're
go
not gonna
there,
go. When I lost, I think one time I lost like close to 50 pounds, right?
for real?
Yeah, I think it was like 255, 258. I forgot. I went down to like 210, 205, something like that.
Oh, that's not bad at all, dog.
Yeah. But I had that drive. I would go every day, or sometimes twice a day. And keep in mind, the gym with no traffic, I'd get there in 10 minutes. With traffic, 20 minutes.
But I thought you went to the gym up the street.
No, I'd go to Gold's Gym. The over there.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? I
Yeah,
drive
yeah.
all the way over there. So I'm thinking, look, if I had that drive to even get in, even 35 minutes in,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean? But maybe twice a day and still be able to drive over there, it was because I was dedicated. But some people, you know what I mean? Like, for example, now the gym is like 2 minutes down the road, 1 minute.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I don't have that drive to go out there. Like, I don't feel like going.
You know what it is, too? It's just getting there. I feel like a lot of people, the biggest problem is just getting there. It's kind of
Yeah.
like when you go to work,
Yeah, it's just
and
getting there. Once
you
you're
wake
there,
up
it's
and you're
cool.
like, man, I don't want to fucking go to work. But as soon as you get to work, you're like, all right, I'm gonna fucking work.
Yeah.
Let me just get this shit in and get out.
And that's for almost everything in life.
Fuck
As
yeah.
soon as you start it, you're good. It's just that fucking getting started. You know what I mean? It's like starting a business. It's like demoralizing for some people, but as soon as you get into it and it's actually going good for you, you get motivated within yourself. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? to produce.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying all of them are successful. I'm just saying though, you get motivated.
Yeah, but
we're not talking about what's successful and not successful. We're talking about you get motivated. Or you get that drive.
Yeah.
So that's good. Well, back to our topic to Valentine's Day. So please tell us about your evening.
Yeah. My bad, man. I'm still thinking about that shit. Thinking about fucking New Year's resolutions. Went out to dinner. Went back to the house. Kind of showered her with gifts because I was wanting to make Valentine's special. And then sexy times. How about you?
Well,
I'm not gonna elaborate because I don't want to fucking embarrass somebody.
Yeah. Well, mine was pretty good. I always keep it very simple because I always try to act like it's any other day, and the reason why is because when you love somebody, it don't matter if it's Valentine's Day or not. You gotta always, treat or do something special or do something to spice things up.
Now, you've been with your girl for how long now?
Over 10 years. I can't tell you exactly how long, but it's been over 10 years.
That's crazy, yo.
Yeah.
Most marriages don't even last that long nowadays.
I mean, we're not married. I mean,
I know,
we're
but
both trying to establish each other as far as our careers and whatnot.
Yeah.
But I guess what I'm trying to say is that you do it all the time.
How do you do it? Like, okay, so you've been in this relationship for 10 years. How long? How do you get How do you guys treat each other? Is it like, I feel like you guys are day by day, because I know both of you guys. I feel like you guys are like live your relationship day by day, but you guys love each other so much,
Well, you gotta understand that we're also, we're good friends.
Yeah,
it's not just, when we're together, it's not like I'm thinking the whole time, oh, she's my girl or she's my girlfriend. I'm over there thinking like, hey, you want to do this or you want to do that?
Yeah, you guys
You
try to do fun shit together, right?
Yeah, even though to some people it might not be fun, but shit, to us it's fun,
Yeah. The simple things,
Like
not every moment has to be extravagant.
Yeah, I don't have to go to the most fanciest place. You know what I mean?
Sometimes even going out to the movies is fun,
Yeah, just some good quality time,
Yeah, I've hung out with you guys, and it's like even with it, we may not be doing shit, just sitting here drinking, talking, and it's fun, just like that. But anyway, what
did I do?
Yeah.
Okay, well, my day was hectic. Getting her surprise ready, Actually, it took me maybe a whole day. Actually, a lot of people had a part in it, just because I was trying to surprise her for Valentine's Day. With her new car.
Oh shit! What kind of car you get her?
A Mercedes. Yeah.
Baller, right? How did she feel?
No, it's not even about that. It's more about I was trying to get it. It happened so I wanted to make sure it happened. You know what I mean? I obviously in the line of business I'm in, that's what I'm in. That's what I do. But I just wanted to make it a point to do it that day to make sure. You know what I mean? I just sometimes when we get our cars, you gotta get them. Inspected.
Yeah, and nobody cares about all that shit. But how was she? How did she feel?
But that actually has something to do because, everybody's sending flowers. I'm over here busting my ass trying to get this car ready, and it's funny because she was even like, everybody got flowers sent to their jobs. I'm like, okay,
you didn't give me shit.
You didn't give me shit. Oh, I didn't get you shit. Okay. So she comes, we meet up, and bam, she sees it, and it's just like, this is for you. I give her a rose, and I'm like, all right, let's go.
You give her the keys.
Yeah, I gave her a rose and a key.
What was the look on her face?
Priceless, but I felt like she kind of like expected it, but I never even told her. But I think she expected it because I told her to.
You kind of ruined the surprise for her?
I told her to text me her driver's license so I can make her tags.
Oh man,
I fucked up there.
Yeah.
So I guess.
But that's still nice though. Like most people get flowers and.
Oh, she got flowers.
Fucking
we went out to eat some good steaks,
chocolates,
we went out to eat some good steaks, and yesterday it just didn't really. How can I tell you? We just went out. That's normal.
Yeah, but you celebrate the day with each other. But there's love there.
All right. But then we called it nights because we had to work the next day. But that's not what I want to get at. Is that it wasn't even Valentine's. Today she texted me saying that she's really loving the new car. Yesterday, you gotta understand that
you gotta take it all in though. That's a lot.
Maybe it was too much to take in for that moment, and I felt like maybe she didn't like exactly act surprised, but
Mhm.
the next day she's just like, when it's sinking in, she's just like,
Yeah.
I'm so excited, you know. And I think that's like the best part. For me, the best feeling came the next day.
Yeah,
It wasn't even that day. It was the next day.
that's how it
You
was
know
for
what I
me
mean?
too.
It wasn't like you know.
Honestly, I think that's the same way I felt too, cause when I showered this girl with gifts, like she's had some shitty Valentine's days, and I hope she forgives me for saying all this shit. She's had some shitty Valentine's days, right? Like the shittiest. Like I'll tell you off air, I'll tell you off camera. But she had some shitty ones, so I just wanted to shower her with gifts and
But
just made her
Marv,
feel real good.
Marv.
Hold on, let me get this. And I was alright. So I bought her a 3-piece jewelry set, earrings, necklace, a little ring, you know.
Yeah.
And then the next day, well, today she sent me some funny Snapchats like, oh, with the ring on. Oh, I'm just folding clothes, turning on the lights, just little dumb videos. I thought that shit was hilarious, but I liked it because she liked the present so much. I was like, oh, you know, I feel like I did something. I did something good for her, and I felt happy that she was happy. But anyway, man,
I've never seen you this excited, Marv. I mean, are you moving into something a little more serious? Because I know that.
I mean, I
you've
said
been
ring,
on-
but it's not like nothing like that. It's just
no,
you
it
know,
wasn't even about the ring. It was
nah, I
more
just care about this
y-
person.
You know,
I mean, I'll be honest, I care about this person, I really do, and I don't know, I just like hanging out with her.
well, that's
And I
always
want
the
her to do
beginning
something
of
real.
something good, though.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna talk about my own personal relationship on here, but yeah, we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that off here.
You know,
But
because you're Marv, you know.
yeah, I feel
And
like
you-
I feel like everybody thinks, this dude is a dirty dude, but I'm not, man.
Are you
I
sure?
I have a sweet
Yeah,
side.
I
to
mean,
me.
you have a limit.
I
to
have
how nasty you can get. Or what?
Nah, I don't. I really don't. But I have a sweet side to me, and anybody that knows me knows that I have a big fucking heart, and I really do care about people.
I don't think you care about people.
I do care about you. But dog, can you believe Valentine's is over? What's the next holiday? You know the next holiday? President's Day. Isn't
That's
that
this
weird?
weekend.
Yeah. And do you think anybody's gonna celebrate that shit, or you think everybody's gonna protest?
It's not about protesting.
It's so weird though.
It's not even about. It's just we should look based off our history and actually celebrate the ones that did good for this country. It's not about the current president or the. You know what I mean? It's about total. You know what I mean?
all the
In
presidents.
the overall
all
stage.
the presidents.
Yeah. Because there's some great presidents, you know? So you can't really be like, fuck President's Day because you hate Trump. No, he's irrelevant because you have all these other presidents that have done so great for this nation that...
Who's your favorite president?
I want to say, just because based off history.
Mm-hmm.
Can I say two?
You could say two.
All right, Abraham Lincoln.
Why you like it? Because he abolished slavery?
No, I just feel like he just had a thought of I don't know. It's just the way
Uniting the people and trying to make thinking bigger picture.
Yeah,
in the
because that's
future?
what it is now. Or getting to. Another one is Bill Clinton.
Because he was dicking bitches down in the office.
Yes, niggas.
I think
Well, I said two. I'm pretty sure I have another one, but
I think my favorite one is Theodore Roosevelt, dog.
do you know that I think it was him that would have secret operations on boats, like because he was like dying from something and he didn't want the public to know.
Well, he had polio.
Yeah, so but he would have not secret. I meant to say surgeries, secret surgeries. You know, because the president can never look weak in front of the public, no matter
He had
what.
polio, so he would so they would prop him up. They would make him look real good on camera. They would do a bunch of shit, man, make him look strong. And he had my favorite saying was speak softly but carry a big stick.
That's a good, very good.
So
saying, yeah.
you know, you speak soft, but motherfucker, I will fuck you up. And that's why he's my favorite president, because you know, he doesn't have to be so obnoxiously loud. He doesn't have to do this, that. He, you know, Theodore Roosevelt was gonna fuck you up before he got the polios. You know, and he did create the Panama Canal, which opened up ports for us, right? But anyway,
Well, that's good.
you know what's funny is that thinking about presidents, Barack Obama is one of our presidents. And I went to the National African History and Culture Museum out in DC.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, there's so much interesting shit out there.
There is. I haven't been there in a while. I'm pretty sure they've added.
Have you gone
some
into the
more
museum?
exhibition. Yeah,
You know what
natural history.
The new museum that they built is like I want to say
No,
like a couple years old.
I don't. Maybe
I
not.
know it's a couple years old because they got the okay to do construction back in 2012. Like the whole building is even the building represents something. So if you ever drive by it, it's right by the Washington Monument, the fucking pencil,
You
and
mean the pyramid-looking thing?
yeah,
The Oculus.
oh yes, that's exactly what I was gonna say.
Yeah,
I was about to say
that's actually what it's called.
yeah, I was about to
Oculus.
say obstacle,
No.
but but right. So even the window cuts out in the building are facing certain like history parts of
Yeah.
America that relate to like Black history. So like one of the windows is cut out to face the White House because that's where the first Black president was. One is Thomas Jefferson. One is the Lincoln Memorial. Like it's a bunch of like the even when they built the building, they thought about all that shit, right?
I mean,
So,
that's what it is, though. You gotta
dog,
understand that there's a lot of buildings that are being built now, and even back before, you gotta understand when the pyramids were built.
there's
They were
like hidden
built,
messages,
yeah,
right?
they were built in such a way when the sun hit it or whatever, it would like create some type of
Yeah,
yeah,
well, they
lit
aligned
light.
it with
Yeah,
the.
yeah,
Isn't
lit
that
light.
weird that they
I think that's just some crazy. That's like a marvel,
like a yeah
now they call it modern marvels.
yeah,
You know,
but
but before, I mean,
like
some
the science that would go into building
yeah.
those like the pyramids or like the even the Mayans, like
Well, you gotta understand, it's just like it's premeditated.
yeah,
It's
but
premeditated
but
because
for them to
they're thinking
actually build that
based off.
and like get the science right for things to line up like that.
Yeah, but then
Imagine
you
what.
gotta understand that astrology. How the way
Hmm.
I mean, how we how can the way we tell time. I'm pretty sure that there's some type of formula to it. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
There has to be some type of formula to it that everybody follows so that they can align in a certain way or things. You know what I mean? Because you're predicting future. There has to be some type of equation where you're predicting.
I don't think you're predicting the future. I think you just
Yeah.
have like they had like such a wide knowledge, and like certain what the fuck historians. Sorry, my
Historians.
words are not with me today. I'm super tired.
No,
Historians say that
you just don't know the words.
historians say that we have lost technology, like certain technologies that our ancient ancestors had. We've lost those with time. Like even with paintings, like certain paintings, the way people used to paint, those have been rediscovered because of the findings that we find. Like the finding, like the fuck, man, my words are not with me today. Right, so they find certain paintings, and they like, oh, how do they do that? And then they study the paintings, and then they find out that this is how you paint that. This is how they did it, and it's
Well,
like
I
a
don't.
whole brand new. It's brand new to us, but they use those
It
certain
depends
techniques
on the
back
style, though.
then. And
Because there's different styles of art.
Mhm.
Of
And
course,
you know that
you find an old piece of art, you're gonna learn that style, or you want to know more about it. You know what I mean?
yeah. Did you know that there's a Egyptian, what is it, like an Egyptian fucking, what do they call the
Tubes.
no, there's the motherfuckers that study Egypt and shit. Like the scientists that study
Not well. The way they write it.
like the
Hieroglyphics?
historians, like Egyptian historians have found that the erosions on the pyramid and like the Great Giza whatever,
Mhm.
like with the erosion on them, it dates back further than the dates that they actually have for when the Egyptians were alive. So it dates back further, so it would rewrite history. They're fighting for that shit right now to like put that shit into the history books, put it in there, so that it rewrites history. So it'll rewrite all the history, all ancient history. But they're fighting it. Like certain historians are fighting it, and some like
Yeah.
there's proof of it though.
Well, as you're saying, they're finding more and more things every day. Every day, there's archaeologists looking for more.
That's
more
the
and
word I
more
was
things.
fucking.
And the thing here is, I just actually read an article maybe a week or two. No, I'm gonna be honest, 3 weeks ago.
Uh huh.
That it said that they had found a dozen bodies or so. I think maybe 20 dozen or 20 bodies, something like that.
Mhm.
They're dating them back 2,000 years. This is in Egypt,
Mhm.
and they said that they're very well preserved. It showed like their teeth and everything. You know what I mean? And it's just like
I don't think
for something that, because you gotta understand that we're in 2019, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you're telling me that we started at 0, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we've been around supposedly.
But we don't even know when 0 is.
I get it, but from the time we're looking at it like biblical, you
Mm-hmm.
know. So we started at year 1, right? And we're in 2019. So supposedly we've been around for 2019 years, right? But the bodies they found were 2,000 or over 2,000 years old. And I don't know how they can figure that out, but I think they can figure it out based on hieroglyphics or the tomb on where they were buried, because they describe maybe times. Because you gotta understand that, you know, it's like saying Marvin was alive between this day and this day, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hector was alive between this day and this day, right? So they keep finding things here and there. They'll be like, well, if he's talking about this king or that king, then it has to date back then.
Yeah.
You know, and they keep finding things in this, so they can redate things to certain things based off chronological order because of the new findings or old findings.
Yeah, but yeah, you're right. Sorry,
I'm not saying that that's the way it is, because you gotta understand that who the fuck said that 1 + 1 = 2? No, that's just the way the formula.
Well, that's
works
the way
that's
the way we perceive
have to have
it.
some type of, yeah, exactly.
That's
but it doesn't mean that that's the way it is.
Yeah.
You know, it's the same way too. It's just like you over here can be telling me like anything you want in the world, right? I can either take it as, hey, you know, that's for real, or not for real.
You see, like when you take anything, you got to look at the facts. You see, and that's what all these
archaeologists. But what if the facts?
They're not all the way. They're not all the way right.
Yeah.
But that's what I was telling you about.
Somebody is saying it's a fact. You know, I get that.
But that's what I'm telling you about. That's what I'm telling you, that they're finding these findings, that the erosion on the pyramids and the fucking like all this stuff in Egypt is it. If you do the science and you take the samples, and it dates back way further than what we thought it was at the beginning. So so if they do that, then even the Bible is wrong, and the time that we live in is wrong.
See, this is where,
so
this is where I'm gonna tell you.
You see, but
it's not
the thing with the time.
Wrong,
no,
the Bible was based off
of Jesus Christ.
Exactly, but not just that though. It's more like people have added to that book throughout history.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Changes have been made.
Exactly. So we don't know for sure. All we can go is based on faith and what we think is right.
Yeah,
because of what's in that Bible.
Well, but you know, some of those stories may not be true, or you know, are metaphors for other things.
Yeah.
So we really don't know when the fuck the world or the where human race was really created, or how it was created, or what it took for us to evolve to where we're at.
All I can say is that you are right in the sense that they're looking at rocks, because if the rocks.
Well, you look at the science and you look at the facts, and
that's what
you know that could change history. You know, like and everything that we may know is wrong to this date. And if everything that we know is wrong to this date, imagine what else we can discover, and what else we don't know, and what else is out there for us to discover. No. Yeah.
You know, it's not like, hey, this is it, guys. This is it.
But that's all. Yeah, I'm just saying. But think about that. Like everything that we may know as history could easily change.
Well, history changes every day.
Yeah, that's true too.
I mean, that's just what it is. That's why it's called history.
Yeah.
The past. We're studying the past. You know, we don't know the present, but we can predict the present, but we don't know. We will never know what the present is.
We're actually, we
don't.
We're living in history right now, if you think about it.
We've always been living in history.
Yeah, you're right.
Because no matter what, it's always going to be recorded, you know? Unless there's some type of way where... Because history can be erased.
You think the people that are, like, creating history... I had this thought the other day while I was in the museum. I was like, man, do you think the people that are making history, they realize that they're making history?
They know.
Like, well, there's certain people that know they're making history, like Barack Obama. He knows he is part of history now. Like, he will forever be stuck in that time. His name, his person, his character, he will always be stuck in time as the first black president. Can you imagine that shit? Can you imagine that?
I get it. And it's very important.
That thought. Imagine if that was you. Imagine if that was any of you guys. Imagine that thought. even when you're on your deathbed, you will know, hey, I was the first black president. I made history. That will forever be in everybody's names, even when I'm long gone, when I'm dead and gone. 200 years from now.
It's funny you touch that point because yes, it could be around because somebody wrote it or whatever, whatnot. But let's just say there was like some type of nuclear war that happens, right? We all go to World War III and everything gets destroyed, right? The most powerful people in the world are still around. They're gonna remake history. So if they want to change that, they can.
Or they erase history.
They can erase it. You know what I mean? Because they have the power to do it.
That's scary to think about.
So, in other words, they could be like, no, that never existed. It's always been a white man or a white whatever. You know
but
what
I'm
I mean?
sure they'll find. I'm sure somebody will find.
Exactly, but that's when you discover the history.
Can you imagine
So
somebody like
you don't know what has happened before,
Yeah.
because somebody maybe covered it up or whatever. You know, it's like if you really don't like something, right, and you have the power. Let's just say everybody goes to World War III, right, and there ain't shit left after except for the most powerful people in the world that I'm pretty sure they're gonna fucking survive nuclear blasts and whatever whatnot, right? Dude, whoever the fuck else survives that, let's just say, right, they're eventually gonna die off, maybe from radiation, whatever.
Oh, for sure.
There's gonna be new generations, you know what I mean? So you can rewrite history. You know what I mean? So yes, you could be saying that right there, but I'm pretty sure history has been rewritten in certain areas of the world that we don't know about, but we think that that's the way it was, but maybe it wasn't.
Well, yeah, but that's what we're.
But sometimes there's little pieces that you pick up, like, you know, historians, and they'd be like, hold on, how did this could be, you know? And that's the most important thing. And I think maybe we get a little bit more into it because, you know, like, you remember when we were in high school, we opened a capsule?
Yeah.
It's the same thing. It goes back to the same kind of logic, you know what I mean? We wanted to know what kids 20, 30 years ago were thinking, cause what they put in the capsule, right? So we trying to see what was going on back then, right? And we can only assume based off the artifacts that were left in there. Now, we also put things in there, right? So for the next 20, 30 years, you know what I mean?
Can you imagine that? Listen, can you imagine that? The people that 20 years from when we were in high school, computers had just started coming around. And there were these big fucking machines. Imagine trying to do a podcast with the machines that they had to do. We'd have to have a whole other room for all the equipment that we have on this table.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like,
and you think about how far that has come. Like, it's crazy to even think about. What do you think is next? What do you think is next? There's a big theory that, like, machines are gonna take over. You think that's true? I feel like it is. With Alexa, yo, Alexa don't stop recording shit.
Yeah, I had to disconnect her. Started talking. I ain't even talked to this bitch, and she was talking to me.
My kids are using fucking Alexa. That scares me. My kid has an Amazon tablet, and he has Alexa on it. Hey Alexa, play my playlist. And I'm like, I want her to be like, yo, I'm gonna break that fucking tablet, yo. I don't want you to have Alexa.
I mean, if you got nothing to hide, fuck it. The reason I don't have nothing to hide neither, but the reason I disconnected it was because that shit was freaking me out.
It does freak you out,
I'm not
though.
used to that,
but I think, but you see, like the same way that our parents
kids
were
and
with
new generation are cool with it because they think
that's their life that they live.
Exactly. But I'm looking at it like I ain't
like
grow
how
up like that.
Yeah, just like how we were with cell phones, and our parents were like, "What the fuck?" Like,
that's alien technology.
Yeah.
How the fuck can you send? You can't even see the wire from this cell phone to the other cell. What happened there?
We're living with all that shit around us. You know that, right?
It's waves.
We're living with it. We're living with those little, like, fucking internet waves around us, and there's fucking porn being sent through our ears, and fucking text messages.
I don't know, you get horny.
Somebody's fucking text
like,
message just went through, like, just right past us. Somebody's internet history just went past us. Somebody's beating off to Bang Bros next door, and that shit just passed by.
Beat off out of nowhere because some radio wave hit
Whenever you get horny out of nowhere, that's the internet, bro. That's the internet.
I don't think anybody has ever said that.
I just did. Put me on the history books. I just said that shit.
Nah, yeah, that's good. So you're saying that depending on our mood we feeling is because maybe that mood
little
radio wave hit us.
Yeah.
So we're hungry out of nowhere and we just ate.
And McDonald's is sending mad little messages going through, and we're just, oh man, I want McDonald's out of nowhere. You be like, I swear I swore off McDonald's.
Yeah.
You know, you be like, fuck it, I'll go for a double cheese with pickles, no onions, Big Mac sauce, and throw some bacon on there.
Mm.
They already got the Big Mac bacon classic.
Why?
How they say it was a classic? It's not even a classic.
No, okay. See, there you go again. Somebody's calling it a classic, so you think it's a classic.
And I said it wasn't even a classic.
I know, but somebody else could be saying, "Yo, this is
probably
classic."
our kids, right? Our kids are probably.
Were you able to put bacon on your steak?
Hold on.
No, I didn't. I didn't know you could. Did you? Oh no, I didn't. Me personally, I just wanted a straight up steak.
Did you get the New York strip?
Yeah, I got what you recommend. It was good because it didn't have the bone. I saw that people around me. I know it was more expensive. I didn't care about the money.
T-bone?
Yeah, the T-bone. But I noticed people eating it around me were fighting with that motherfucker. They were like
Super
fighting.
tough.
I'd rather get that New York strip.
Put the mic closer to you. Scoot it forward. Just scoot it. Yeah, there you go.
I'd rather get that New York strip without the bone.
But the New York strip doesn't come with a bone.
You know, I ran into him, right?
Yeah, I know. He told me that you
What
guys
the
ran
fuck?
into each other at Longhorn Steakhouse at the on Valentine's Day.
I've never been there, so I was kind of excited.
I went there for Father's Day. It was really nice. And
Father's Day.
and whenever I get my bonus checks, I take my kids there.
Really?
Yeah, and I let my sons get steaks.
That shit is good, though.
Yeah.
No, it's good. It's good.
Like-
I mean, I wanted a steak, you know, and Longhorn Steaks, it makes perfect sense, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I've never been there. I wanted to go. Only thing is their sides kind of suck. They look so, but
I didn't even think about size when I was there.
No, exactly. They're not specialized in that. They're there just to give you the fucking steak, the meat.
And
Cause I noticed that when I was eating the sauce.
Hey, when you walk in there, what do you think?
Gave me the
What do you
steak.
think about when you walk in there? You be like, Texas steaks. That's what I think about when I walk in there. Just because the Longhorns are like a big thing in Texas.
Well, Longhorn is a big thing in Texas, but
Yeah.
at the same time,
What is Longhorn like?
A
Like
Longhorn is-
bison and buffalo?
No, it's a cow, but it's like the bull that has like the Longhorns.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, in Texas, the University of Texas,
Mm-hmm.
that's their name. Texas
The Longhorns. Yeah.
I mean, big Longhorns.
Did you guys ever see that video of the people that put the Longhorns on a Tesla?
yeah, I saw that. They're getting a lot of attention.
Yeah, they.
That was kind of cool because it was like kind of like an oxymoron kind of thing.
Yeah, this
like,
shit was cool as shit though. I
You
ain't
know,
gonna
it's
lie.
like two way different worlds.
It was like the future meets the ultimate past, where the
Yeah.
Alamo was and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is crazy.
San Antonio.
San Antonio.
Yeah, it was good.
It was good.
Yeah.
Man. I love that shit, man.
Yeah, but it was better with the A1.
You know, yeah.
I tried it with both. It was good. Either I don't know. I just like showering
It tasted
it.
really good with salt. Some steaks you don't even need steak sauce,
You sick fuck.
but man, it's
No,
like
you didn't need it. And I got
The
mine.
seasoning,
I
the-
got
Did you
mine-
guys sit next to each other or something?
No, we were two different time zones, but we ran into each other.
we
The
got
future meets the past.
there. Like we got there. Well, when we were sitting down, we had already sat down for like 30 minutes when they came in, and they had to wait like 40 minutes for theirs. We waited an hour for ours.
Did you guys Did they allow you guys to sit at like the bar and shit?
I went to the bar.
Well,
I didn't
you
waste no
always go
time.
to the
Yeah,
bar
when we
though.
got there, you couldn't even go to the bar. It was just so crowded.
Oh,
I mean, the bar. I mean, it was just.
Yeah, it
You
was
couldn't
crowded
walk.
too. I mean, we just got lucky because it was crowded too when we
It
got
was
there.
better to go in later when he came in
mm-hmm.
than the time that we went in.
Yeah, you went early. You went 7, right? That's the prime
7:30,
time
yeah.
right there. I was talking to a couple friends. They told me they celebrated Valentine's Day a day early just because they didn't want to deal with all the restaurant rushes and all that bullshit.
It's not that bad.
No, it's not that. I mean, it depends.
I mean,
Well,
you
I
know
feel
you-
like. Hold on. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you
No,
off.
go
But
ahead.
I feel like now that we have more options, like back, I want to say like 5 years ago, we had like most steakhouse. The only steakhouse we had was Outback Steakhouse, and we only had a few big restaurants around us. So it was either Outback Steakhouse, what's it called, Olive Garden,
That's not even steak. Though.
Yeah,
That's
but I'm
all
saying
salads.
like
pasta.
Valentine's Day
Oh,
type
yeah.
shit. Yeah, Valentine. Outback
No, there
Steakhouse,
was a lot. The
Olive
problem is
Garden,
that you don't know them
fucking
because
like TGI Friday. You have the expensive shit out in Crystal
I
City.
will never go to TGI Fridays.
Yeah, but I'm saying like
I mean,
you go out to
Who's
Crystal
Chris
City.
Steakhouse. You know, like
Yeah, Chris
it's-
Roos. Seriously,
Where's that one? It's not near here.
there's the one. Shit, there's one in Tyson.
Yeah, Who's
Yeah,
Chris
but you're
is-
gonna go all the way. Yeah, you go out
Yeah,
there.
you
if it's
pay
Valentine's
what
Day,
we
you gotta
got.
go.
Our
But
New
you-
York strip was like $21, $22.
Hmm.
For that entree that we paid for at Who's Chris Steakhouse, you're gonna pay like $50
Yeah,
for the same.
but that's
fucking
what I'm
steak.
saying. But that's what I'm saying. Like, there's more options now. Like now,
Well, yeah.
The-
Nowadays-
the difference is the
well,
way
now
they
in Arlington, I feel like there's way more options to go dine at.
Oh yeah.
Like, there's a lot more. There's a lot more burger
Arlington's
spots
getting
opening up.
overcrowded, man.
Well, yeah, but it's becoming a real city. It's not.
Yeah,
It's
it's
no
getting
longer a
overcrowded.
county. It's a city now.
It's still considered county.
Yeah, until it becomes a city. We'll become a city real soon. Especially when the Amazon shit comes down here.
Yeah.
We're gonna become a city.
And since they're not gonna build a New York headquarters neither.
No, they pulled out.
They pulled out, so it means that a lot of those jobs also gonna come over here.
Yeah.
But, yeah, that's gonna change everything. And you know what I heard too in the DMV area, that they're not gonna pay taxes on $11.2 billion in profit. So they
Who?
get to operate. Amazon.
For real?
Amazon gets to operate in this area and not pay a single cent in taxes until after they hit their 11.2
Quota?
billion in only profit. We're not even talking about gross, because their gross is going to be over billions. So in other words, you're talking about, well, we're giving you employees that you're going to tax the shit out of. Shit, that only is equivalent like 2.5 billion, you know?
Mm.
So you're telling me Amazon's gonna come here and they're gonna fucking grow ridiculous
Yeah,
because
Yeah.
they're just because they're coming here and creating jobs, they're allowed to make 11 point something billion dollars in profit before they pay Uncle Sam 1 cent. Your ass goes over there, gets a $500 check, and Uncle Sam is taxing you. Amazon's gonna come and make billions here.
Yeah, but they're gonna. It's good and bad, but the bad is that all the mom and pop shops that are around the area,
I think
they're going. They're out. They're gonna go out. Like Shirilawa, that shit is no. It's not gonna exist no more.
yeah, but there's
Like,
always
it's
gonna be mom and pop
like,
here.
they're taking over. Who is responsible for Toys R Us, Kmart, all the other stores, Sears going out of business? Who's responsible for that? Amazon. Amazon is responsible for them because
We
you
can
get
bu-
all those toys, you get everything through Amazon cheaper and everything. They're responsible for all those stores going out of business.
Yeah.
Amazon
It is,
is.
but,
But-
at the same time, you're not gonna bring, for example, at least into this county, Arlington County, you're not gonna bring a Walmart here. They won't allow it.
They were about to down on 4 Mile Run,
Yeah,
but
They
they,
won't-
built
they-
a
they-
field.
they won't allow it though.
You see, but the thing is that we can blame Amazon for all that shit, but at the end of the day, it's us. It's us as the buyers, the consumers that shop on Amazon that are doing all that.
No,
That
they
are
just-
the ones that don't want to go out. Life has been
they
ha-
hit the
life
sweet
has
spot.
life has become so simple and so simplistic that we only go on Amazon to buy shit. I go on Amazon to buy like a majority of my shit just because it's so much simpler than going out and
getting
buying that shit.
groceries.
Because yeah, you can buy and even with grocery stores do the same thing, online shopping. But it's because we're so busy working. We're so busy working trying to buy all this shit. We as Americans, we don't even take as many vacations as any other country. In Europe it's mandatory for you to vacation. They
Yeah.
tell you to go on vacation. They encourage it.
Yeah, in some areas
But-
of the world,
but-
they
but
even
we-
take naps in between the days.
Yeah, but you see, but the difference between us and them is that we would say that that's why we're the world power, or that we're above everybody else.
Yeah, that's
It's
gonna that's
because of
changing,
that.
though, because also, yes,
When you look at China,
yeah, but you also look at people working more here and whatever, but you also have a lot of shit that deteriorates people from doing shit on their own. So in other words, here you're just building a fucking workforce.
well, making us weak though.
Yeah.
It makes us
No,
weak.
dude, I might want to get
You know what made us?
Amazon delivery and shit.
You know what made us strong is that we used to work with steel. We used to work with all this. We used to go in the coal mines,
we're
which we
industrial.
still do. But we used to build our own cars, which made us tough. He made our men tough, you know. And now that we shipped all that shit across seas, so it could be cheaper. But look at us, man. Our generations are cheaper. Our generation is weaker. Our army is having trouble recruiting people, recruiting young men to even fight for us because they live this life that is so cushiony that they can order whatever they fucking want. They can order food offline. They got scooters on every fucking corner for us to
Yeah,
ride.
because in other countries,
You know that. Hold on. Let me finish this. Let me finish this.
No, Marv,
Let me
just
finish
say
this, dude. Because now that we have scooters on every corner, the youth don't even try to even get their license no more because they have the scooters. They have Uber, they have Lyft, they have all this. They don't even try to get their licenses. In the youth, it has declined from you trying to get their license because they have so many ways of transportation. Some of these guys like don't do shit, and we have become weaker as Americans because of all our technology that we have here.
some would say smarter though.
You have to adapt.
We adapt, but how much? But look how much it's hurting us as people. We used to be the strongest people. We used to be the toughest people. Look how much. Look how many protests that we have because people are getting offended. Look how much. Look at even the youth are getting offended over this dumbest shit. All the shit that we are getting offended now. Look at even movies. Look at Ace Ventura. You look at an Ace Ventura movie. You look at a fucking Clint Eastwood movie. Look at all the 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 fucking shit that if you watch one of those movies, you'll see how much people get offended. How much people would get offended over those movies because of homosexuality. Because of I don't know, whatever, man. But it's we become weaker as people, not only mentally but physically. Yeah, we have these fucking bodybuilders over here, but that's not all of us. That's not our youth. Our youth want to stay inside and play Fortnite. They want to stay inside and play Call of Duty. They don't want to go out there and work.
Like, when you want to go hang out with your friends, you don't get a bike and ride over to your friend's house.
We don't even let our kids.
No, you either send a text or while you're playing a video game, be like, "Hey, what you doing?" Oh shit, you there? Okay, well, fuck it, let's continue playing instead of going out and finding experiencing that.
Have you driven by your local basketball court lately? It's empty, right?
Empty, yeah.
Empty, right? TJ has even the basketball court by my house has even become more empty. I've been able to go over there and skate on my skateboard because there's nobody playing on the fucking basketball courts on a fucking Tuesday. On a Tuesday, when I was a kid, those basketball courts used to be full. Like we'd have to sit and wait to even get on the court. And that'd be from the people spilling out of the gym that couldn't play in the gym. They had to go outside and play. The fucking fields, they built all these fields over there at TJ, and people aren't even taking you. They're not even being used. All the baseball fields, all that shit, all the shit that we have outside, they're not even being used. As Americans, we're becoming fucking weaker. We're becoming fucking mentally weak at that. But go ahead. You had a point.
No, I kind of forgot, but I guess I'm saying, well, maybe what I was trying to say was, back in the day when men would go to war, it was because they felt that they weren't treated the right way and they wanted to fight for something. And I feel like if there's nobody here wanting to fight for shit because they got shit just like right at their fingertips, they can order food on their fingertips. But back in the day, maybe they would be like, I'm going to war because fuck that. You know what I mean? Their food is taken from them. I'm going to go fight for war because I'm going to fight for my country because nobody's going to take food from my children's mouth or whatever.
I think.
And, they go to war.
I think those mentalities are still embedded in the kids in the south of, I want to say like West Virginia and down. I don't know about the Midwest, but definitely the West Coast doesn't have that mentality. We kind of still see it up in the East Coast. The South still sees it definitely like that. But I don't know about the Midwest, but we don't have that mentality. And I think a lot of the reason why we have young men going to fight for us is because they see that injustice of all these countries trying to take our rights. That's the biggest reason why we go to war, is because we see another country trying to take. The way it was explained to us when I was a kid is that these people don't like the way we live. They don't like the fact that we have all these freedoms. and they want to take us down for that. You know? But look at all these freedoms. Well, I'm not saying that we should be taking we should have these freedoms taken away from us, but that shit has, in a way, America has enabled us.
Well, were they like the template or of what you should do to have freedom? Because they learn from us. You know, obviously over here, we walked up everybody. You know, on this land of
Not
the free,
anymore.
You know what I mean? And so
When
other
we were young,
countries,
that was
they
true.
learn from us. You know, they learn from this country. They're like, that's the recipe. Now they perfected it. They made it better because we're okay. We're gonna take care. We're not gonna charge for education or healthcare.
Yep.
You know what I mean? A lot of like Switzerland, they people don't pay for healthcare. People don't pay for education over there. You know,
Mm-hmm.
they don't do that. The government takes care of it. You know what I mean? But this country learned that when that happened, they figured out a way to be like, hey, you know what? All these people wanna have healthcare, wanna have education. You know what? Let's charge it. And that's what happened. You know, it really got out of hand. Like now, this country.
But I feel
you
like
pay for everything.
yeah, but I feel like
everything.
that's a big reason why the streets are flooded with drugs, and the DEA works the way it does, so that when the streets do get flooded with drugs, and then when we do have these mass amounts of money come into our country, and we can stop them, and we can take that money, we reuse it to pay whatever debts we have, or to pay for our armies, or pay for whatever. I think it takes like $52,000 or $32,000 just to arm a soldier and have him out on the battlefield, and that's just not free for them. You know what I mean? Like when they come back, they would rather have them go back to war, and then if they do come back and they got PTSD, all the programs for these soldiers aren't really out there. They say they're out there, but they're like the bottoms fall out of them. You know you get what I'm saying? Like they're false proof.
Did you hear what? I don't know if you guys have talked about this, about Chapo being found guilty this last week for everything, right? Did you hear that his one of his like
His
final
daughter, right?
words,
Oh.
when they asked him about everything, all that, he said that the narco trafficking business will always exist here in the U.S.
It will, because
said
of the
that-
CIA and the
He said
DA.
that the problem is not the traffickers. The problem is the Americans here, because they are the number one like consumer. They're the ones that want it. Be like, here's like, as long as the American people want the stuff, it's always gonna exist.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm,
It's crazy. It's true.
I'm happy you brought that up, because I just heard a stat on Colorado and Canada, right? That Canada just legalized marijuana. No, was it Colorado and Canada? There was another fucking state, right, or something. But did you know that when they legalized marijuana, that the use in the youth has gone down because of that? Because it's not so taboo. That the youth, the use in that has gone down. So imagine if they made all the drugs legal. That
It's not profitable for that.
Well, not for the government, not for the narcos or the traffickers, but it will help us because it's not so taboo. How many times has somebody told you don't do this, but you still do it? Right? Because you don't like. We have this mental thought in our head. When somebody tells you not to do something, that you want to do it even more. It's just wired in us. But yeah. Did you know that El Chapo's daughter, ever since he got locked up, there's a lot of people coming out with El Chapo shirts and shit. And one of his daughters started utilizing that and started making El Chapo shirts. She made a whole clothing line, El Chapo clothing line. Fucking entrepreneur right there, just like Papa.
Yeah.
Just like Papa. On another note, man, fucking, you called me gay earlier, right? And do you know the guy from Empire? Do you ever watch Empire? The Fox show?
No.
LER? You ever watch the Empire show? on
No.
Fox? No. Well, one of the actors on there, a homosexual gentleman, he was he claimed to have got jumped by a group of white guys saying that we're taking our country back, MAGA, which is, like Donald Trump shit, make America great again. They jumped him and put a fucking noose around his neck in Chicago, right? Detroit. So Detroit police have been all over the case, and he says that he was on the phone with his manager while it happened, and they're trying to get his phone records. He won't give the phone records. He won't do this and this and that. So they did find video of two guys or like three guys walking around with a rope, but they can't find the video of him getting jumped and putting the noose around his neck. So there's a lot of shade going on. Like they think that he's making it up. And he did recently, like I think like a couple days ago, he did turn in his phone records, but a lot of it was marked out because he claimed to say that he doesn't want the actors or anybody else that he has on his contact list to be in like any kind of investigation. So now they're like, we can't accept that. You have to turn in the full file. So we'll see what happens with that one. I think he's lying though. Cause if that shit really happened, I think you would just turn it in. Like at first, everybody was like, "Oh, he must have like, pictures or something on his phone. That's why he doesn't want to turn it in." So they just asked for like the call records and all this and that. But when he turned that in, there was a bunch of shit fucking marked out, and they were like, "You can't use this at all." So now they're asking for the real records. What do you think about that one?
People always have shit to hide.
They do, right? Everybody lives with secrets.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's a bit.
Doesn't have a secret.
But I feel like that was his own personal way to try to get like attention. I think he has an album coming out too, so I think that was his own little personal way of getting like his attention. But I think it's gonna backfire.
Well, we'll see.
You think you can come back from that
Who?
as an artist? From the guy I'm talking about, you think you can come back from that?
Yeah.
Falsifying a jumping or whatever.
There's always artists doing dumb shit. What's up, LER? What you got in mind? I feel like you need to say something.
No, I was just trying to find that story out.
Can I tell you a story about my barber, right? I got a great story about my barber, yo. That I don't even think y'all believe, right? So, my barber, he was in the parking lot of where he works. A woman hits his car. The woman hits his car. It's cold. It was about 3 weeks ago when the wind chills came down. So he's like, "Come inside. Let me get your information. I need to get my car fixed. I need your insurance." The girl comes inside and she's like, "I'm new around here. I'm just visiting family. Whatever this and that. I want is there any way we can fix this without involving the insurance companies? I don't want my insurance to go up." And he was like, "No, last time I did that, my insurance, the guy never paid me, so I need to get your insurance." And she was like, "Okay, well, I have to go. Can I give you the information where I'm staying, since I'm staying in a hotel up the street, the Sheraton?" She's like, "Can I give you the information where I'm staying at, and we can come talk about this later, right? But here's my number, and if you don't want to solve it through like a payment, then we can go through the insurance." And he was like, "Okay." Right, so he chills all night at the barbershop, finally goes home. He said he smoked a little weed, and then at like 12 o'clock, he hits her up. He's like, "So what are we going to do? Are you still up? Do you want to figure this out? I'd rather go get my insurance. I want to go get your insurance papers." And she was like, "Yeah, I'm still up. Come by." So he's being friendly, and he's like, "Do you want a Red Bull? I'm about to go to 7-Eleven get a Red Bull, this and that." He gets 2 Red Bulls, one for her, one for him. And he's downstairs, and the whole thought of him going to her hotel room, he's like, speaking to everybody in the barbershop, and everybody in the barbershop's telling him, "Man, she looks good. She's probably going to fuck you. She's going to let her fuck you. That's probably her payment, right?" He said, "Man, I don't want that. I want my car to get fixed."
Mm-hmm.
Right, so he goes over there, and he's like, And he tells her, it's cold out here. It's cold out here. It's cold as fuck. It was back when we had that wind chill, right? So he's like, it's cold out here. Can we go up to your room? And she's like, yeah, come up. Right? So he goes up. And you know how like most hotels have the 2 beds and the table you can eat at and the chairs. So he sits down at the chair. She goes sits on the bed, starts clearing the bed, and she's like, "Why don't you come here, sit down, get comfortable?" And he's like, "No, no, 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 no. We gotta solve this. We gotta find out what we're gonna do. We gotta figure out what we're gonna do. My car is messed up. You gotta pay it. You gotta pay for that. You give me your insurance company." She's like, "No, no, no, just relax." He's like, "All right, what do you want to do?" Like he was putting on her. What do you want to do? She's like, just come relax. We'll talk about it here on the bed. So he goes over to the bed, right? He's like, what are we gonna do? Right? So she's like, nah, relax, lay back. Starts trying to get on him. Then she starts kissing on his neck. Start messing with him. Start grinding on him. And he's like, and then after a while, he's like, man, what are we doing? Are you gonna give me your insurance papers or what? Right after like a couple minutes of making out and shit, because he wants his, he want to get that puss, right? So after a while, she's like, all right. He's like, I'm about to leave. Just give me your insurance shit. And she said, no, no, no. Come back to the bed. Come back to the bed. She get him back on the bed, pull his dick out, start beating him off, sucking him off, right? And he's trying to, the lights are off. He starts trying to like go like take her pants off. She's like, she like keeps moving away, right?
Oh my god.
She keeps moving away, right? So he's like, what the after like 15-20 minutes of this shit, he's like, what the fuck, right? He gets up, he's like, yo, are we gonna solve this shit? Because either he gonna fuck or he gonna get the insurance, involved, which is a weird sentence that I've never said. So he said,
he sounded like he was there.
right? So she's like, all right. He's like, I want to turn the light on. I want to see you naked. I want to see you. So she turns on a light like further from the bed, right? So he keeps trying to like finger her, but she just keeps giving him head, and he's like, what the fuck, right? Like she every time that he tries to fuck, like every time like he's like about to fuck, like she just turns around, just wants him to hit doggy style, right? So he's like, man, what the, like eventually he's like, man, what the fuck, what are we doing? Like, but she's not trying to take the panties off. So he's like, man, what the fuck? And then they both sit. He's like, we're gonna just give me your insurance papers, because we're not gonna do this, right? After getting some head, after getting some blowjobs and shit, right? So he never came, and he's like, what are we doing? And she was like, all right, I gotta tell you something, but I don't want you to be mad at me. And he's like, what? He's like, what? She's like, I'm a tranny.
Oh, fuck.
He's like, I'm a tranny. He's like, what the fuck? He's like, he got pissed. He's like, why would you trick me like that? Why wouldn't you just tell me? Why would you just tell me? I'm everybody's friend. My barber's real nice, right? So he's like, I'm everybody's friend. If you would have just told me, we would have just gone through the insurance. And she's like, I just don't have the money right now. And I don't want my insurance to go up. I'm just new in town. She was down here for business, trying to get fucked, right? So imagine how many guys probably hit her up and hit her in the asshole and didn't know it was a dude. So he's like, man, what the fuck, right? Right? He's telling me the story, and he's been telling me the story the whole time he's cutting my hair. He even finished cutting my hair, and I was sitting off to the side just listening because he hadn't finished the fucking story, right? So I'm like, when he told me that she was a tranny, I was like, but did you finish? I was like, did you come?
I would have.
I was like, did you come? Did you let her at least suck your dick to completion? You know what I mean? Like, bust that nut? And he was like, no, man. He's like, he got there at like 1 o'clock or like 12:30. And he said, I left at 3. That's how long this whole process took. Like, him getting his dick sucked, all this and that. He was like, no.
Well, half the
I
time
didn't
we're playing
come.
games, though.
I was like, I didn't come. And he was like, I finally got the insurance. I was like, oh my God, yo. What the fuck? The worst. So now, and I was like, man, so you went home after all that shit at 3 o'clock in the morning and then went and go slept next to your girl? And he was like, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. I was like, man, my barber's a savage, dog.
So what's up, question? With love?
Yeah, hold on, Larry went to the bathroom. Isn't that wild, man? What would you have done?
I would have just asked for the insurance paper. Fuck.
From the beginning, you wouldn't have fucked around.
No, because
But
I don't know.
he said she was fine. Like he looked like a straight legit girl.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's just
like even everybody in the barbershop was like, "Yo, you need to go over there." Like she had got her tits done. Well, he had got his tits done. I don't know what the fuck. I don't even know how to describe her. But she got her tits done, and he's like, man.
The second she invited or he invited her to him to the hotel, it should raise questions. Like, ain't no
but that's what
just gonna fuck.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, well, he was like, all right, well, I guess, she wants to fuck for the payment so she doesn't have to fix his car.
Yeah, but no, just
so she was like, all right, whatever. Like, he's probably that's why he hit her up. Like, she's probably like a little toot, like a prostitute. And he was like, all right, I'll just go over there, fuck it, whatever, and I'll just fix the car myself, Because the whole reason the whole conversation started is because his body shop guy had hit him up, and he was like, man, I can't do it today, so just come by tomorrow. He's like, no, I need to get the car done today. He's like, all right, I'll come after 5 or whatever. So then he started went into the story, and I was like, what the fuck? But the way he described the girl when she walked in, she was like, she was so beautiful. She was so beautiful, big tits, fucking the bluest eyes, blonde hair, and I was like, huh. And I was like, oh, okay.
If it's too much of a dream, dude, it's
I was like, God damn.
Supposed to be.
My nigga's fucking hilarious, yo. He's hilarious. By the way, don't ever eat at Andy's Carryout in Arlington, Virginia, bro.
Where's that at?
Right here remember where Mike used to live?
Oh, by Little Caesars.
Yeah. Don't ever eat there, bro.
Why?
So the owner has just been diagnosed with cancer. But, they're dirty. They said dirty Chinese shop. Like, it's dirty, yo.
But it should be there for a while.
Yeah, but it's dirty. Like they have had like the health insurance called on them before, so I guess they pay him off and then he just leaves. But now that he has been diagnosed with cancer, the day that he got diagnosed with cancer, he got fucked up, like completely fucked up. Drove his car into the fucking restaurant. If you go to Andy's Carryout, the wall is dented in. All the glass is broken. The wall is dented in. And he fucking reversed after he hit that shit and was making donuts in the car. Hit like 3 cars. Fucking doing donuts in the fucking in the parking lot. Rode up on the curb, and then the people from inside the restaurant came and got him out. Right? So my barber was telling me that ever since he got diagnosed with cancer, he's had lesions and shit on his leg. And he's like always bleeding from his nose. He has like bloody boogers. So they don't have him working, but he's at the restaurant every fucking day, and he'll be there, like picking his nose, pulling bloody boogers out, wiping them on his jeans, and then one day, one of my barber's clients went in next door to try to get some food. The owner was fucking scratching at the lesions, making his fucking skin fucking like the flakes come off and blood on his fingertips, right? And the wife was like, hey, we gotta rush, I need your help. Motherfucker went behind the counter, didn't wash his hands, opened a bag of fries, pulled the fries out with his hands and threw them in the fryer. Fucking nasty. And imagine all the shit that we don't see.
That's why you should eat at home. You never fucking know.
Imagine all the shit that we don't see, yo.
Yeah. So, Lur, what's up with you? I need a beer. I have no beer here.
I think Lur had a story for us.
About what?
I don't know.
The Popeyes shit. Huh?
What Popeyes?
Speaking about restaurants, Popeyes, the Popeyes that had the porno playing on the screen while everybody was eating.
Well, yeah.
I've seen chicken being beat up.
I've seen that roast beef get beat up real quick. You know what I mean? Sometimes you gotta beat the roast.
Well, you sent me that, John, through Messenger, right?
Yeah, I sent you the link. So, if nobody knows what we're talking about, there's been a recent video that came up about a local, not even us. It's I think it was in South America, right?
I
People
Where
eating.
was that?
Huh?
I don't know where it was at.
Well, tell us a story, Larry.
Oh, there was just some people eating. It was like they were eating like at a mall or something. And they
And a
were at
Popeyes.
And on one of the menu boards at Popeyes, you know, you got your menu. What
The
they
menu
have.
boards.
Yeah, the menu boards.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the screens, somebody ended up playing a porno shoot, like a video.
Somebody getting fucked,
They
yo.
were
I saw the
getting
video, man. It's like straight vaginal penetration, yo.
So somebody hacked it on the local TV stations. And
I thought they like had casted it. You know how like you can cast on like smart TVs,
well, I don't know,
but it was a whole local channel.
yeah.
So a lot of people probably saw that one.
And I don't know if you can play.
I don't want to play it because I don't want to get taken off of YouTube, man.
But anyways, it did show like, you know,
Vaginal penetration, yeah.
doggy style.
Yo, he was fucking her, yo. And there was, you know what's funny about the video? You guys can Google it. It's a porno. I think I googled porno playing in Popeyes, and it's in the video. There's a woman at the first table with a stroller, and there's fucking porno playing behind her on the menu board. That's wild, man. It was like a Spanish country though, because they were all speaking Spanish.
It's
But-
crazy how the internet has even gone to, like, you know, the Spanish countries. Like, you know,
Mm-hmm.
like, you don't even think that. I mean, you here obviously in the States, you know, the internet is,
It's been thriving
you
for
know, like
decades, yo.
When Wi-Fi, when you lose your Wi-Fi at home, like you got people that come out of rooms that you don't even know that live there. You're like, hey, what happened to the Wi-Fi? You know, like they'd be like, oh shit, nigga, where the fuck you come from? You know, and it's crazy because it's like you think that, yeah, you know, the United States, England, you know, right, but then you have countries like, you know,
Indonesia,
yeah, like
Philippines.
Yeah, like you'd be like, well,
Some of the poorest
it's
countries.
out there too. You know what I mean? Like the internet is worldwide. You know.
India. That's where the most scammers are. India and the Philippines.
www World Wide Web.
You remember when that shit used to be saying? www. .google.com
Yeah.
or .net or AOL. Remember AOL?
We at work we still have an AOL.
You still have dial-up?
No, we still have.
Oh, but I
the
say, bro.
email address is AOL.
Damn.
You know dial-up is super fast now because nobody's on it. Did you know that?
I bet it
That
is.
dial-up is super fucking fast.
Well.
Think
So
about
it's-
that. We went from dial-up to fucking Wi-Fi. That's those micros right here. Pornhub. You ever thought about Pornhub? You weren't even thinking about Pornhub, right? You're like, man, Pornhub. I don't even go to Pornhub. And recently I've gone to Pornhub.
Do you guys remember Real Sex on HBO?
Yeah.
Where they didn't
Remember
show
BT
the
after
pressure points?
what is it? Congolingus or some
I
shit.
I remember.
I remember the erotica.
I remember.
They didn't show shit though, just titties.
Nah, they just. I used to hate the fake porn where they just rubbing up. I want to see penetration.
That
yo.
was what he was talking about.
Yeah,
The HBO,
penetration, real
yeah,
sex.
Real Sex.
Oh yeah.
You
and-
want to see that shit getting fucking just roast beef?
Be like you in your room just waiting for that show to come on.
and you be
shit.
on mute like
you,
shit.
You're ready there. You with your tissues. And
Have you
everything.
have you ever got caught beating off?
No.
You?
But my brother, yeah.
What do you say?
Oh, that nigga probably. I think he went to the next bed and did the same shit too.
Oh, y'all dirty motherfuckers, man. Y'all dirty.
No,
Hey, pass
That's
that
so
magazine
yeah,
over.
Pass that mag. One time,
Oh, that's some old shit, some
dude,
magazine.
one time I found like with Dana, like 30 or 40 magazines, porno magazines.
In the woods?
No, in the back of a tattoo. Or there,
Rick's?
You know where the Cabo, yeah,
Rick's.
Cabo Cafe, right where Dana lives at. We found like 30 porno magazines in a trash can. Man, we grabbed them all, dog. We were selling pages and everything, dog.
Yo,
Damn,
that's when
Pages.
porn used to.
We're
Around
selling
that time when there's
pages.
no internet? Shit.
We were selling pages for like $1 a page.
That's when porn
And
used to be
and depends what
rare,
kind of
bro.
pay, how it was, it'd go higher.
Hey, damn,
Like,
entrepreneurs.
You could have started something
If she
big.
spread them this, that's $2.
Oh, yo was selling dollar.
If it was
You
just
were like
titties-
McDonald's for porno.
If it was just titties, okay, that's 50 cents.
This nigga Larry was McDonald's for porno, bruh. McDonald's. He was like he had a dollar menu Playboy.
What he should have did was sold it for 25 cents each day. You get a new subscription.
Yeah.
Get the page back.
That's dirty,
I
bruh.
actually got in trouble in middle school at Williamsburg Middle School when I was in 6th grade because they found a porno magazine in my backpack.
For real?
Yeah.
I got in trouble at elementary
I got in
school.
trouble for that shit.
I got kicked off all the computers in elementary school at Barcroft Elementary. Me, Mike, and like 2 other dudes for going on porno sites in the computer lab. They did they found like the search histories, and I remember we were in front of the police officer. He's like, and Mike was like, "I'm sorry, I was just trying to go to pussycat.com." I was like, I told the cop, I was like, "Hey man, I'm sorry. I looked at it. I was just curious." We got in school suspension and we had to do some other shit. I was like, whatever. When I went to middle school, I was like, man, am I allowed to use computers now? I was scared to use computers. I got kicked off in 4th grade. I couldn't use the computers my whole 5th grade.
Have you ever got like at work?
Are doing questions with Learn right now?
Yeah.
All right, questions with Learn, everybody.
Yeah, shit, we are.
All
ready for those
right.
questions.
Okay. Have you ever got caught at work not watching porn, but they found out that it was you that searched porn on some of the work computers?
Not I.
Hell no.
Nope. I have never. I have watched
Well, it's
porn
probably
at
because of
work.
the jobs you guys have had.
Yeah, but I've never watched porn at work. Well, I have watched porn at work. I just never
Not on
been
their
caught.
computers.
Not on their computers. I use their No, you got to get off their servers now. You can't use their Wi-Fi or anything. You got to use your own.
Well, you got to remember I obviously worked at a time when my phones did not have internet or anything like that, so I couldn't look up anything on the internet on my phone. So we used the computers at work. And a lot of people used to go.
Did you get caught?
I didn't get caught watching it, but they did go back and see who was watching that at what time and who was working that shift. And they had the cameras around. They say,
Oh, you got caught.
not me. And then my other boys, like everybody joining around me and shit like that. Like and they would come up to me and be like, "We just want you to know that we do monitor everything. Everything you guys search, whatever, this and that." But, oh, okay. And then our managers were white and old, so they'd be like,
They didn't give a
"Just be
fuck.
careful." Blah, blah, blah. And sometimes we'd be like, "You guys are probably using that too and shit."
You know what?
probably
Where
helping you guys out.
you know where we did get around from that shit was from in high school, where we learned how to use proxies, like how to do like a website search through a proxy website. And we said that's how I first saw the 2 girls in 1 cup was in high school in my auto shop class. And all the guys were around me and we watched that fucking video and all of us were like, "Oh my god," and we turned the fucking computer right after that shit. We had to turn it off, man. It was some sick shit. I don't know who the fuck likes to eat shit, but not my type.
All right. How about something simple? Ass or titties?
Ass.
I do love I'm an ass man too.
I'm an
But
ass man.
those titties, man.
They're nice too, though.
Yeah,
But sometimes, like I was talking to a friend of mine, and he used to fuck with this girl with some huge titties, like some super big double D's, like some like gigantic titties, and he was like, "Man, it's just too much. You don't get to enjoy them."
yeah.
So
I
I'm
think
more of
ass
an
is
ass
better,
guy.
Yeah.
So if you have big tits and a nice round ass, yeah.
Well, the thing is that
Well, even a
It's-
nice like perky booty, you know.
a girl, I think if a girl has big tits, I don't think she has a big ass. It just doesn't. It's
Squats,
hard
baby.
to find a nice girl with big tits and big ass natural.
Yeah,
Like,
my
it's
ex
hard to
girl
find
was
that.
my ex
You know what
girlfriend
I
was
mean?
like that.
Girls, the way the human body works. It's like if you're giving
It's give and take, right?
big ass, you're giving okay tits. If you're giving big tits, you're not gonna have an ass.
So if you have big balls, you have a small pee. Average.
No, 'cause
Let's
you-
call it average.
Balls and it's all one package. Girls
Okay.
is different. You have a big ass, she has a big pussy.
I got a big stomach
Fat.
and no ass, bro.
If she has big titties and no ass, then that shit. Also
You heard me? I got a big stomach and no ass. Give and take, brother.
But I got a black dick.
Yeah, my shit dark,
more
baby.
like burnt.
My shit dark, baby.
Burnt ends.
Yeah.
You see,
Hey, he should have a porno called Burnt Ends.
burn, burn tips.
I don't know if I asked this before, but name something that you want after sex.
A nap, yo. Nah, you know what?
That's not something that you want. That's just it happens.
Okay.
But after you, I probably want a nice, maybe smoke a cigarette, or give me a bottle of water or a beer.
Yeah. You know what? I would take, if I was allowed to smoke weed, man, I would fucking love a fucking bong hit or some shit. You know, just to
I'll do a beer bong.
extend that relax, you know? Either that or
Can
either
you
that
say,
or
can you say line of blow?
yeah, no, but you see, I would do the blow off the girl, you know?
I would do
Or-
the blow before that.
Before. After that, it's just like, yeah.
Nah, because then sometimes you do some blow nowadays, and that should be giving you fucking like limp dick.
Yeah, it's not like it was back in the
Yeah,
day.
it's not like when you first started doing coke and that shit would stay rock hard, and you'd be
Hell
like,
yeah.
man, I'm ready to
Like
fuck.
fucking for 3 hours straight.
Yeah, and you'd be like, I'm ready to fuck.
That's when he moved on to
So-
rhino pills.
So either like a bong hit or a bowl hit or a good strong beer, you know?
What is your definition of toxic sex?
That's kind of
That's
kind of
weird.
like
Nah, that could be
difficult now.
anything, though.
I think a toxic sex would be if you're fighting and then you fuck. You know, like a horrible argument where you calling each other all kinds of names and things are being thrown against a wall and then you fuck. That's toxic as fuck.
I would say the same thing. I can't.
Unless she has crabs, and then that's toxic as fuck.
I didn't even think about that.
Or she got that
HIV?
chlamydia. You know what I'm saying?
What if she has just HIV?
Oh, she got that HIV. That's toxic, bro. You ain't getting rid of that.
Yeah.
That's. Please tell me if you got it. Please let me prevent these actions from happening. Huh?
Yeah, you're.
I used to know I knew a dude that fucked a girl with herpes, yo. She was like, it's okay. I don't have an outbreak. You can't catch me by outbreak. Guess what, brother? You caught the herpes. He did.
That's so sad.
Horrible, bro. Horrible.
I'm gonna end this shit off with if a guy offered you
I'm gonna go ahead and say no now because there's no money.
if a guy
involved.
offered you $2 million so you can stroke him one time, will you do it?
One time.
Hold
shit.
on, one time. Describe the one.
Yeah.
Up
That's
and
it?
down.
I'll do it. I'll fucking do
You
it.
went back down, brother.
Just one.
Going down
just
and up,
one.
that's a
just
stroke.
like
So you
one.
start from the base, go up, and then go back down.
Fuck.
Can you wear gloves?
Reiterate my goddamn question over
Can
here.
you go?
Can you wear gloves or has to be barehanded?
Or it has to be from bottom to top just one time, like you're peeling a banana. Like I don't know what kind of
you didn't
banana
have
that
to say
was.
all that. You didn't have to say all that.
But, or is it like from the base up and then back down?
I'm pretty sure one stroke.
Yeah, it's one stroke. Is
Bottom
like
and up.
boop.
Yeah.
This has been the
1 million,
gayest
2
question
million.
we ever had to answer.
Yeah.
1 million, 2 million.
And I think one stroke is like boop boop, right?
Uh-huh.
Boop boop.
Yeah, okay.
Because it's
Think
one
about it.
stroke.
One stroke. You gotta
The up-
go up
the-
and down.
Okay, this is gay. So yes or
Yeah.
no, Marv?
2 million.
For $2 million.
Can you wear gloves?
Hold on. Is it a guy
Or
I
mittens?
know, or is anybody gonna find
No,
out?
that doesn't matter.
That's part 2 of my question.
Okay, so answer the first one.
2 mil.
Shit, I might do it, dude.
How big is a cock, bro?
How big of a cock, really?
Because I don't want to be like.
Okay, Marv, just yes or no.
You gotta use not your 2 fingers. No, so obviously
You have to actually. So you actually have to grab it, right?
Yes,
Yeah, he
it's
gotta-
$2 million, Marv, not $2.
Man, it's a fucking life. This is a life changing decision. After
you can
that
go
shit.
fuck all the pussy you want afterwards. With
But
the
after
money.
that shit, you know.
Well, that's part 2 of my question.
Fuck you. Yeah, I'll do it.
I might do it too. Fuck it.
For 10 million, will you allow it to go viral?
No, never.
No, I'll take my $2
I
million.
hope this shit never
and
goes
just,
viral.
Yeah.
I hope this little clip never goes fucking viral,
Shit,
bro.
where the fuck's our money at? Because we just said
'Cause
shit.
We just
Well,
agreed
yeah,
to
but
We
sh-
might as well have sucked a dick because it's on
You haven't
air.
stroked anything yet.
Heck and Marv, gay edition.
Yeah, gay edition. Yeah, these
Fuck,
motherfuckers
bro.
are gay as shit. Don't listen to them. Don't even become subscribers. And you know what? For
I will break this fucking nuts.
it's like don't listen to them. They're gay.
All right.
We could have killed our viewership
For
because of
$2
your
mil, bro?
questions.
Well, if you win $430 million, what are you doing tomorrow?
I'm gonna go open a new
Dog,
business.
I'm going across seas, and I'm fucking all the prostitutes in Indonesia.
430.
I'll open a business with it.
I'm
Next
moving.
day?
I'm moving to Japan.
Yeah. The next day.
Did you guys see that story about the dude that in Detroit that won a lotto, which I think was like 20 million?
Oh, he wore the scream mask.
He was screaming and gloves.
Yeah.
He was like, "Fuck this! I ain't trying to get."
You
my
know, a lot of those people.
that's good though.
Yeah, a lot of the people that win the lottery, man, they either get robbed or they get sued by their relatives because over certain dumb shit. So I would have done the same
I think
thing.
if I were to win, okay, another question. If you were to win the lottery, would you come out public with it or not?
Never.
Fuck no.
Never.
Fuck no.
But
Never.
that you it's like you're kind of obligated to. But
No.
by the
I think your
commission.
name would eventually come
commission,
you're
you're
your
obligated
name will
to.
come out, but as long as they don't see your face.
But what
you're
hood
good.
motherfucker's gonna be like really digging into that shit? Because you're never gonna really think like, oh, that's a dude from our
Yeah,
neighborhood.
as long
As long as you're wearing, because I would wear
I
wear a suit and I would wear that scream mask and gloves. Because who the fuck is gonna think of me in a suit? You know?
Dude, all you gotta do is move away. The fuck? You have the money to do
No,
it.
but
Get
you see,
fuck
the
out
moment
of
that you
there.
move away is when all your relatives start. Because the majority of the people that
You
win the
say
lottery,
It's your job.
the majority of the
You
people
get
that win,
cousins and nephews out of the woodwork and everything.
they start. A lot of people that win the
Uncles
lottery,
coming out like, hey,
a lot of the people that win the lottery, they go broke, or they end
that's
up
because they
dying.
don't know how to do it.
Yeah. Well,
Well, they never had that kind of money. They don't know.
you know, it's funny. Yeah. So what would you
what-
do? Well, I feel like you would be good with it. You would be good with
Yeah,
it.
Hector would be good.
You would be real good with it. I feel like me and you, we'd have to be like, we'd have to take a class on like money management.
all you gotta do is just tell me to come over.
I would be like, you know what I would
I'll
tell.
just take
Hire
1 million.
a
from
You know what I would
everything.
do?
Hire a financial manager or something.
You know what I would do? I would probably, I'd be like,
I would make myself.
I
Broke.
would be like, guys, I'm gonna go back to school. I'm gonna go to Nova, and pay for my Nova classes, just money management, and then just be like, all right,
Waste of time. Make that shit more. All you
Nah,
gotta do is
motherfucker.
say you went broke, and
nah, bro, nah,
move
Nope.
into the best area in the world.
not even, cause then you still have to. I love my family. I'm still talk to my
would
family,
give my closest relatives.
but you see, then everybody's
friends.
gonna know you have money.
No, but I would probably just give, like, hook.
No, you can't. The second you hook somebody up, you're done.
Yeah.
You're fucking
but
done.
nobody-
The
Nobody's
moment
gonna
you
really
give somebody
know.
Okay,
money,
fine. That should be a question. The second you hook somebody up, they're
I wouldn't
done.
hook anybody
Are you
up.
gonna do it or not?
I would help people out and be like anonymous donor.
All you gotta do is build a business and give them jobs.
Yep. You see,
No, but
something
I'm
like
talking
that.
about
Helping
our
them.
closest relatives, like
Okay, but you could trust Hector, but you
like
can't
your
trust.
family, like if I would. I'm
Okay,
not
but
gonna
think
give
about
Hector
this.
money, or I'm gonna play games with him and be like, hey, I'm starting this shit here. No, I'm gonna hook him up.
Okay, but imagine you have a cousin that finds
No,
out you have all this.
cousins
You gotta
ain't-
know who you're gonna
cousins
go
ain't
to. It's
close
like having
relatives.
a financial manager. You gotta know who you're
Cousins
gonna go
ain't
to.
close.
That's not true because I have real close cousins. You see,
No, you don't, Marv.
No,
You
you
have. No, I've seen
Cousins
your
ain't close.
cousins.
Close relatives
They're
are
very
brothers,
close to you.
sisters, mothers, fathers.
Yeah.
You
not
see, but
cousins.
my mom would talk all about that shit. So I couldn't trust my mom to tell her that I had all that shit. So it had to be like
He is the girl.
anonymous donor. It had to be like an anonymous donor, or it had to be something, you know? Because the moment you tell somebody that has a big mouth,
All you gotta
it's
do.
gonna be you're fucked.
If
You're
you
fucked.
want to help somebody out that knows has a big mouth, just go to a lawyer. That's your friend. You know, they're all your friends when there's money involved, of course. To having to draft up a letter and say they were part of some crazy shit, stolen information bullshit. Here's your $50,000 for being involved into the scam, and here's your check, and have it being sent from someone else, which would be the lawyer. And then you just clean your mouth. You see them all act all crazy like they earned the money.
You
and
see, I would
walk away.
pretend like I had worked. You see, like I had been like working my ass off to buy this house, and then buy a house, right? A normal house, a bigger house that I've lived in. Okay, pay it off and pretend like I'm paying bills and stressing out, but really I'm just fucking around. And I'd leave for a week. I would leave for weeks on time, but I'd be like in Asia, Indonesia, and be like, I'm working.
Yeah, my
And then
my company got me out.
Yeah,
here.
Well, you
no.
could probably start something.
Yeah, I started
That's
a
what I
business.
said. Start a business. I just said
Yeah.
that.
I would
from
start
the
a business
beginning.
on the low. I wouldn't tell my family.
And then say that your boss is saying it, but really you're the boss. It's that simple. You can.
I'll be like, I
be
just
boss.
started. I just started working for this financial genius. He just opened a startup, and I'm about to go work for him. And oh my God, my dreams have come true, but I'm not getting paid.
Or be like one of the
shit.
sharks, the Shark Tank. Just be like, okay, see what's out there.
But you see, when money,
and
when
what's,
it's
what's gonna bring in more money and shit.
yeah, when it comes to money, people act real fucked up because that's what drives everybody is
Well,
money.
Money is evil.
Money
It's
is
not evil.
It's not evil.
It's
people,
a piece of fucking paper.
It's people.
We make it evil.
It's people's narratives that are evil.
Yeah, it's not the money. It's, a
It's
piece
not.
Of paper.
It's like you saying. It's like saying, guns shoot people. No,
Yeah.
people shoot people.
Yeah, not guns. Guns aren't evil. They
No,
just,
people-
the people are
people-
evil.
People are evil. If you have if you even thought of shooting somebody, you
You're-
might shoot somebody.
Yeah, you're evil. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
A
you ever
gun-
had that thought? I would shoot him. Yeah, you're eventually gonna. If you get a gun and you're ever in that situation, you're gonna shoot that motherfucker
Mhm.
because you even thought about it. That's been a thought in your mind.
It's just a material thing.
Yeah.
Money.
But but we don't see it like that. We
But
s-
when you have that material thing,
No.
but
you
we
had
don't
already
see
thought
money
about
as a
it.
material thing. We see
Just
it
like
as a
that nigga-
necessity.
the nigga for the Vegas shooting, that nigga had all that armory. All
But
that
he was
shit.
fucked up.
Because
that armor.
yeah, I bet you he's had plenty of fantasies of killing people.
But-
Yeah,
if-
before
but-
the money or without the money,
But
it
what
doesn't
if he
matter.
didn't have all that though?
But there's poor people that commit crimes every day. They're in jail right now.
Well, there's different when poor people
Yeah,
commit
but there's
crimes.
poor people that are very happy with how they're living.
It's vice versa, Lur. It doesn't
It's so
matter. It
different.
depends how fucked up the person is within
It's your
here.
mentality, is
It's
what
the
it is.
mentality.
Exactly.
With or without, you can still be fucked up or a good person. There's people that have a lot of money, but they're good people. There's people that have a lot of money, but they're bad people. There's
Yeah.
people that have a little bit of money, but they're good people. There's people that
There's
have a
people
little
that
bit of
have
money,
a
but
lot
they're
of money
bad
that
people.
do-
There's people
that
that
do a
make
lot
good money
worse.
and they're shitty fucking
People
people.
that have a lot of money that are doing a lot worse than what a poor person is.
No,
Not because there's people that I've seen.
Lur. I
There's
just
people
want to
that
say
are
this.
a lot
There's
in
poor
in a
people
worse
that.
position just because they have a roof over their head and they have all these people
Wait, what did you say?
catering to them. Does that mean that they're doing better than you?
No.
No, they're not.
All I'm
We're not
saying
just.
is-
We're not.
All
We're
I'm
not
saying is, I just want to say this, Marv. There's poor people that are good people, and the poor people that are bad people, basurones.
Mhm.
There's also rich people that are good rich people, and
Shitty
there's also
fucking-
rich people that are fucked up people.
Yeah.
So you can't ever say that the money's the evil.
It's morality.
It's morality within the person, because within poor
Oh,
people,
you know what?
you're thinking about somebody being good all the time. But what about those poor people that are thinking fucked up? It's the same thing. As
You know
being
what?
Rich.
You know what? It's funny that you bring that up. Remember that movie? We just watched a movie about something like this, where a rich, fucking dirty rich motherfucker was supporting startups. All you had to do was come to him with good ideas. Remember with the Kevin Hart movie? You know, it's people like that that are out there that have good hearts and good souls and don't lose track of their morality, that are good
It was
people
like
with
two
a lot
people-
of money.
But it was like two people met up though.
But yeah,
Because
but you
Kevin
don't know.
Hart was poor.
No, but he was
But-
he was still doing startups. He was still supporting startups
Yeah,
before
but Kevin,
he met Caught Up.
yeah,
Before he met Kevin Hart. or the guy that
Yeah,
Kevin Hart, that guy.
Kevin Hart also.
But but
ended
there's
up
still
being
good people
good
that
too,
have
though.
good, that still have a good morality, that still have that good center compass on what the fuck is good in life.
The best way here, and I'm gonna tell
You know
both
the best
of you,
thing. Hold on.
I'm gonna say.
So
before
people-
I
finish this.
forget-
So people
before I
don't kill
forget.
for money.
People do kill. That's what I'm.
But
That's
they're
the whole
fucked up.
fact. That's the whole thing that we're saying.
Yeah.
They don't have to be mentally unstable to kill. They could.
But that's
be
what
in
I'm
a
saying. But that's what
situation
we were
where-
saying.
Where they
I'll say
owe,
this.
where
But
they
that's what-
owe so much money that not because they're fucked in the head.
But that's what we were.
Because
That's what
they're-
the fuck we were just saying.
like-
just
And
said
you didn't
that,
agree
I,
with us.
I owe this much money. Like
Doesn't matter.
But that's what we were just saying. You didn't agree
Because
with
they have a
us.
choice. A poor person or rich person can make the same decision
on.
based off money. Because a poor person can be like, I'm gonna kill this motherfucker because I'm gonna take his money. A rich person can be like, I'm gonna kill this motherfucker because
Just
I
'cause
have the
I
power to
can.
do it and I'm gonna get away with it.
See,
It
but
doesn't matter.
but we got sidetracked. You just said what we were trying to prove to you. That even poor people can make crimes for money, and that's why you
Yeah.
don't tell people that you won the fucking lottery.
The problem,
And
yeah.
that was the whole question. We got so sidetracked.
Well, because not all poor people are good people. Some people are bad people.
I've met plenty of good poor people.
Okay, and that's fine. But
But
there's also
man,
poor
we're
people
getting
that are bad
sidetracked
people.
again. I'm sorry, but this has been H&M,
Yeah.
and we out.
we'll
Say bye,
continue
Lur.
this joint next time.
Man, this is a good subject,
No,
but
it's
this has
good.
been H&M.